So here I'm going to demonstrate this music player called Audacious and the bitcrusher effect. This is really cool.
Sometimes I need you to stay away from me. Sometimes I'm in disbelief, I didn't know. Somehow I need you to go. Don't forget our memories, forget our possibilities. What you were changing me into, just giving myself back control. Forget our memories, forget our possibilities. Take all your faithlessness with you. Just giving myself back and don't stay. Sometimes I feel like I trusted you too well. Sometimes I just feel like swimming at myself. Sometimes I'm in disbelief, I didn't know. Somehow I need to be alone. Don't forget our memories, forget our possibilities. What you were changing me into, just giving myself back control. Forget our memories, forget our possibilities. Take all your
Okay, that effect is broken, so we won't use that. Ooh, that works. And this Somewhere I Belong actually does use bitcrusher, so you can you can hear that sound. So this song, Linkin Park actually used bitcrusher on this one. That little guitar sound, that is using bitcrusher. So we don't even have to use bitcrusher because we know what it sounds like. But if we want to, we can, just for fun. How did I get to it again? Was it plugins? I think it's under effects. There we go. Hold on, let me put my headphones on. I forgot to do that. Audio's recording. I totally forgot that shit. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on, let me change my preset headphones. There we go. Got my EQ to change the sounds. Extra stereo creates more delay. Oh, that sounds horrible. That sounds terrible. That sounds really bad. Wait. I'm recording. I'm recording. Don't say anything. Alright. My girlfriend walked in the room, but I'm gonna continue recording. We're gonna go back to somewhere I belong here. Free lossless audio codec. Is that what FLAC stands for? I never knew that. I feel stupid now. How did I not know that? I should have known that. bitcrusher. Let's go to bitcrusher. You can hear how fuzzy it sounds. It doesn't really affect much other than it just being really fuzzy. It sounds really weird. Whoa. "64 bits! 32 bits! 8 bits! 16 bit. No, sorry, I messed up. 64 bits! 32 bits! 16 bits! 8 bits! 4 bits! 2 bits! I already messed up. The Rush Game! Let's go back to... Ooh, that sounds bad. Sounds like an old Atari game. Oh, this sounds like an old Atari game right here. That sounds kind of cool, actually. Voice removal. Karaoke version. Oh, that was never real. I wanna let go of the pain I felt so long. Somewhere I belong. Sorry, had to do that. I messed up the lyrics there a little bit. I was too distracted by these effects. I mean, I didn't get the wrong lyrics, they were just the wrong lyrics for the form of the song. If that makes sense. I wanna heal, wanna feel what I thought was never real. I wanna let go of the pain I felt so long. So the pain till it's gone. Silence removal. Interesting. What is this? That's really weird. By the way, these tracks are all ripped music from CDs, so I didn't steal any of this music, so this is all from CDs that I bought and ripped myself, so. Nightcore version. Shitting on myself. That's what it sounds like he says. He actually says screaming at myself. Couldn't find lyrics. That's unfortunate. Ooh, the tempo one's pretty sick. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Stay! Don't stay! Whoa. Even more bit crush. Looking at me. This late hollow and alone, and the fault is my own, and the fault is my own. Wanna heal, I wanna feel, what I thought was never real. I wanna find something, when I've held so long. Erase all that pain till it's gone. I wanna heal, I wanna feel, like I'm close to something real. I wanna find something, I want it all along. Somewhere I belong, I will never know myself until I do this on my own. And I will never be anything else until I was healed. I will never be anything else. Break away from me. I will break away by myself today. I want to heal. Nightcore version. Ooh, that sounds pretty cool. Ooh, I like that one. An octave lower. An octave lower than the 6. Now here's an actual octave lower versus the original. So here's the original, and here's minus 1 octave. Minus 12. Minus 12 semitones is 1 octave. Now if we plus 12 semitones, that's plus 1 octave. Ooh, sounds like a Slipknot song now. Minus 2 just sounds like a Slipknot song. Well, maybe not the rapping. This is the Super Nintendo version right here. Oh wait, 8-bit. There we go. Super Nintendo version. Sega Genesis version. 16-bit. 0.5 downsample. That sounds like the like a Sega Genesis version. Now here's a Nintendo 64, what Nintendo 64 might sound like. Minus the vocals, of course. It would sound... Just kidding. Nintendo 64 would be maxed out, but with a really shitty sound font. It wouldn't sound... Nintendo 64 would have different qualities. It wouldn't be bit crushed. It's not limited by bits, but it's limited by the amount of size the cartridge can hold. But the Nintendo 64, the composers actually didn't write the music. The composers didn't write the music to put on the cartridge. They just kind of had the songs be decoded on the fly by the console. Which is what a lot of the older consoles did, but because the PlayStation and other consoles like that, the Saturn and those, had CDs, those consoles were able to fit the songs on the disc, so that's why a lot of PlayStation games had way better soundtracks than the Nintendo 64, because the artists were able to put the songs, artists or composers, whatever, were able to put the songs onto the discs, so they could have, real orchestrated music, or at least much higher quality sound fonts. So you would get music composed on the CD, so you get way better quality and things like that. Versus the Nintendo 64, where the processor, the synthesizer on the Nintendo 64 had to do all the heavy lifting. So yeah, that's kind of where Nintendo lost the war versus PlayStation, lost the battle that generation, the 5th generation, I believe, the PlayStation Nintendo 64 generation, and that's pretty much when Sega was going under, because the Saturn failed, and before that it was the Sega CD that failed, which was an add-on. The Sega 32X, I think, was what it's called. It was an add-on, I think, for the Genesis, I'm pretty sure. But anyways, total tangent. I'm gonna keep playing some more songs. Let's do one you might not have heard before. I know I'm not gonna make any money off this. This is copyrighted music, but I don't care. I'm not even at 1,000 subscribers anyway, so I don't care. And I probably never will be, but we'll see. You can see the track's called Outro, even though the name of the song actually is something different. It's, where did it go? Lost is the name of the song. I knew that, I was just trying to pull it up to show you. If you look at song info, it'll actually tell you the name of the song. Wait, it just says Outro. So on the metadata, it tells you it's called Outro. But the actual name of the song is Lost. You can see Lost.flac. This is actually using bitcrush in this song. Obviously the vocals aren't using bitcrush, but and the guitars aren't, but some of those other sound effects are. Oops, I meant to put it here. I'm getting tired. Yeah, Chester does sound tired now. Now he sounds really tired. But anyways, that's kind of what I wanted to show you there. There's other cool type of music players as well. I like the strawberry music player. That one's really cool. But that Audacious music player was the one I was showing you. That's really cool. But this one is pretty cool too. You can add radios. And you get a nice little visualizer here. You can change between it. You can actually change the frame rate on here to make it update more or less. Sonogram, which is really cool. Wave rubber, that's really cool. Rainbow Dash, oh yeah. My Little Pony, who doesn't like My Little Pony? 25 FPS is it does look more like a cartoon. Nyan Cat, there we go. There's another nostalgia one right there. That'll make you really nostalgic. Well, My Little Pony, I think, is probably older than Nyan Cat. I'm pretty sure, don't quote me though. Yeah, no analyzer. Whoa. It sounds like a PlayStation startup sound. Definitely. That's really cool. There's a lot of cool radios on here. But I'm gonna go ahead and play some of my music. Most played. I don't think it knows yet. I'm just gonna go ahead and drag all my music here. Let's go ahead and just drag it. Yeah, I accidentally put the picture file, the JPEG in there. I didn't mean to do that, but it knows that I can't play it. But really cool thing is it tells you the bit rate. It tells you the bit depth, which is only 16 bits. I thought it would be 32, but whatever. Doesn't matter. Sample rate. See, I also thought the sample rate would be higher too. If they're giving you a CD, I figured maybe 48,000 hertz at least, but whatever. At least the bit rate is high, which is the most important thing, I think. I don't think sample rate or bit depth matters that much. But I'm not a huge audiophile. I mean, I kind of am, but like as long as it's at least 44,100 hertz, or 44 kilohertz, anyways. 44 kilohertz, 100 hertz, and like 16-bit depth. And I mean, once you get to like a 256 kilobits per second bit rate, it's kind of hard to tell the difference unless you're a huge audiophile. Even for someone like me, it's tough. Like there's a very, very small difference between like 256 and 1,000, but it is noticeable if you have good hardware and good ears. But you have to have good speakers or good headphones, good amp, good reliable source, and good high quality music. Good like a CD or something like this that has all the kilobits per second. You can tell, But anyways, I've been rambling for too long. But yeah, FLAC is the best, definitely the best audio format. There's also a LAC, which is Apple's version, but I don't really know the difference. But I usually just use FLAC anyways. It's always worked for me. I've had no issues with it. So now, if you want to put in a CD, you can use, like if you're on Windows, you would use something like Windows Media Player, or maybe a third-party program. I've had no problems with Windows Media Player to rip the CDs. But on Linux, there's another program that I use that works remarkably well. It's called FreeAC. So I'm going to open that program up, and you would basically put in a CD, and then after that you're going to say start the encoding process, and it starts it. So that's really cool. I actually have an option in here, configure app AccuRip, or no, what's it called? Let me see, general settings, and then you say, let me see here, it's not interface, it's what's the setting on here? Oh yeah, settings. Read CD contents on insert, start ripping automatically, and you can even have it eject the disk after ripping. I think I'm gonna uncheck that. But yeah, I mean, you can have it read the contents of the CD when you insert it and have it start ripping automatically, so that you don't have to click these buttons. So it's very handy. I like it. But yeah, this is a really cool program. FreeAC, free audio converter. That's one I recommend if you're using Linux. I don't know if it's on Windows. It might be. Yes, okay, it is in fact on Windows as well as Mac. So that's very nice. Yeah, and you can see it's on here. It tells you all about it, so that's nice. It's free audio converter. And CD extractor for Windows, Linux, macOS, and FreeBSD, of course. GPL 2.0, okay. Wow, that's all good. But yeah, anyways, here's another really cool music player. Strawberry that I was telling you about. Smart playlists. You can rate your songs if you want. That's a transcoder. What did it just do? Oh, it just converted it to OGG. Okay, that's interesting. So now what happens if we add it here? Now it's only 112 kilobits per second. OGG Vorbis. But it is 32 bits. You know, I think I'd rather have the extra bit rate. Like I said, bit depth doesn't really matter that much. As long as it's at least 16. I'm not really going to notice a difference between 16 and 32 bit depth. But it's the bit rate's the most important thing. But yeah, let me change it back to block analyzer. Or boom analyzer. Both are kind of cool. But yeah. And by the way, this player does support gapless feedback. So if you go from one track to another, there won't be any gaps. No gaps. Thank God. I finally found a good music player for Linux. Thank God. Took a lot of digging, but Strawberry is my favorite. But I really do like Audacious. That's another extremely good one. This other one I was showing you. It definitely looks like a KDE program, though. Like if you open up something like Kate, which I just have a random file here, looks just like it. Uses the cute interface, so it's cute. Yeah, it looks just like a system app. So that's nice. Matches the rest of my desktop. But yeah, defaults, I can set default applications. Oof. I don't know what I'm going to choose for music player. Strawberry or Audacious? But I'll choose Strawberry and I'll test it out and see whichever one opens the file quicker is the one I'm going to choose. I like both music players a lot, but let's get rid of this OGG. I don't need it. Go away. No, 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 no. Go away. There we go. For some reason, my delete key on my keyboard doesn't work sometimes. Like, I have to press it really hard or press it twice. I don't know why. Might just be the switch is kind of misaligned or something. I have to fix that, but whatever. Is it gonna play? What the hell? It didn't play it automatically? I have to play it myself? That's stupid. Why doesn't it play it automatically? That's so dumb. Get rid of these ones. I don't want to see them. Clear it. Just play the fucking song. That's dumb. Alright. Open with Audacious. Okay, I think I'm going to set the default to Audacious. I do love Strawberry, though. It's a very good music player. I recommend it. But Audacious might not be able to open all types. Configure manually. So whatever audio files it can't open, VLC will open, or Strawberry will open. Depends. But yeah, let's see here. There we go. That's what we want.
Sometimes I need to remember just to breathe. Sometimes I need you to stay away from me. Sometimes I'm in disbelief.
So we can go back and forth between different playlists. That's actually really sick. No gaps. Oh, thank God. Well, I think I'm going to end it on this note. It was fun showing you folks this. Fun showing y'all this. These really cool music player programs. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. Anyways, yeah. Until next time. I know I don't upload a lot to YouTube, but I will be back.